We are back with a brand new TWAB article to go over new things about the trailer, the artifact mods for Season 20, some PvP changes, and changes to the Lightfall campaign difficulties. Before we get into it though, remember to leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. It's free to do. We are 5 subs away from hitting 300, so a large majority of you guys haven't subbed. If you could change that, that would be great. Let's just get into today's TWAB article. First off, the new Lightfall launch trailer launches alongside the State of Play that PlayStation are doing today. It launches at 9 PM UK time, so you can just transfer that time to whatever you are, and that trailer will be shown during their State of Play livestream. Next up, we have some Crucible changes. The main thing here is that Rift and Showdown are going to be weighed less, so you'll be likely to run into those modes less during Season 20. The main thing though is the introduction of the Not Swap modifier to Trials of Osiris and competitive divisions. In activities with Not Swap, if you change your exotic armor during the match, all of your ability energy is removed, just like if you swap your subclass. Next, we go on to the artifact for Season 20. They have stated before that the artifact mods are now just active perks for your character. You can read all the changes right there. But going into column 1, we have anti-barrier sidearm, anti-barrier pulse rifle, overload bows, unstoppable scout, and automatic overload. So that's your auto rifles and submachine guns. Column 2, we have authorized mods, solar, strand, void, grenades, and multi-siphon mods. For the authorized set of mods, the armor energy cost of all armor mods affected by your solar, strand, void, and grenade are significantly discounted. Great thing to have there. Column 3, we have Shatter Orbs. First time you break a combatant's shield, you create an orb of power if you break the shield with a matching damage type. Defiant Armory greatly improves the benefit provided by Noble Deeds, Nanotech Tracer Rocket, Hex Balance Stock, and Ambush Origin traits. Untangler, destroying a tangle with a strand weapon suspends targets damaged by the explosion. Solar Surge, collecting a fire sprite gives you armor charge. Volatile Flow, picking up an orb of power, grants your void weapon volatile rounds. That is going to be a strong one. Column 4, Bricks from Beyond. Beating a powerful combatant with a void weapon has a chance to generate heavy ammo for you and your fire team. Flare Up, Firebolt grenades apply more scorch stacks. Damaging a combatant with a firebolt grenade spawns a fire sprite near you. Origin Hones, weapons with Noble Deeds, Nano Tracing Rockets, Text Balance Stock, and Ambush Origin traits are always overcharged when the modifier is active. Allied Unraveling, rapid final blows with a strand weapon grants weapon unraveling rounds with a longer duration near allies. Counter Weave, when you or a member of your fire team stuns or defeats a champion, you gain energy for your least charged strand abilities. Column 5 now, Stranded Reach. Destroying a tangle with a strand weapon creates a larger and more damaging explosion. Rain of Firebolts, when you have a firebolt grenade equipped, gain a second grenade charge. Void Weapon Channeling. You gain a temporary bonus to void weapon damage after you defeat a target with a void weapon, while at least one of your void abilities is fully charged. This damage bonus increases based on the number of fully charged void abilities you have. Medieval Champion. Glaives you wield fire a powerful explosive payload that stuns unshielded combatants, strong against unstoppable champions. Glaives are also always overcharged when the modifier is active. Landing consecutive hits with a sword disrupts champions, stunning them, delaying ability energy regeneration, and lowering combatants' damage output, strong against overload champions. Additionally, swords are always overcharged when the modifier is active. Finally, we have Prismatic Transfer. When you cast your super, each member of your fire team with a subclass damage type different than yours gains a bonus to weapon damage. Next up here, we have new ways to defeat champions. So they're just clarifying how the brand new ways of defeating champions works. So you can use exotics with an anti-champion intrinsic perk, i.e. Ariana's Vow, Divinity, or Leviathan's Breath. You can use weapons that have an anti-champion artifact perk. You can use the following subclass, verb, and status effects. For barrier champions, it would be Radiant, Volatile rounds, and Unraveling rounds. Overload champion, you have Jolt, Suppression, and Slow. Unstoppable, Ignite, Blind, Shatter, and Suspend. The verbs work no matter how they are triggered. 2 examples. If you are Radiant because of a Solar Hunter used a acrobatic dodge near you, you will shoot anti-barrier rounds until Radiant wears off. If you use a weapon with Chill Clip, the slow effect upon direct hits will stun Overload, and the Shatter upon a second hit will stun Unstoppable. While Radiant though, the same weapon would pierce a barrier champion but not stun the Overload. Exotics with anti-champion status won't get the piercing effect when applying Radiant. One example, Aegis Scepter will slow and stun an Overload but will not pierce the barrier even if the player is Radiant. There's an exception for weapons able to Scorch since ignitions require build-up in order to stun. Next up we have changes to the Lightfall campaign in terms of the legend difficulty. With Witch Queen it was a lot easier to solo the campaign than it was to do it with 2 extra fireteam members. With Lightfall they are reducing how much of a difference there is between soloing it and doing it with a full fireteam, so it won't be extremely difficult to do it with a full fireteam, and it won't be really easy to do it as solo. Good change here in my opinion. And also, Witch Queen is free until Sunday, I believe. Starts on February 23rd, which is today. For Xbox, it ends February 26th at 11:59 PM PST. For PlayStation, Steam, Microsoft Store, and the Epic Games Store, it'll end on February 27th at 9 AM PST ET. For Xbox players must visit Witch Queen page on their platform's store to claim access. For PlayStation, Steam, Epic Games, and Microsoft Store players, all you have to do is log into the game and Witch Queen will be available. You get full access to everything that there is to do in the Witch Queen campaign, and everything that you earn, including weapons and armor, will be free to keep even after you lose access to this campaign. This is great if you haven't experienced Witch Queen. This is the perfect time to now jump in and do so. That is pretty much it for today's TWAB. As always, there'll be a link down in the description if you want to read it for yourself. There will also be a link down to the brand new launch trailer when that comes out. But yeah, that's it for me today, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.